Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about UGC, or user-generated content, and all of the things you want to know before you get started on your UGC journey. Now, if this is something that you've been considering, maybe you've come across how to make money in content creation or just other types of side hustles, you might have some questions about what it's really like to be a UGC creator. But first, let's talk about what UGC even is. UGC stands for user-generated content, and basically the purpose of it is brands will reach out to users to create content for them instead of going into a studio and filming a very scripted, very planned type of ad. Because it's been shown that user-generated content converts more viewers into buyers than the studio, the normal, typical, traditional type of advertising. Which makes sense, right? I'm sure you've seen UGC on your social media pages without even realizing what it was. It looks like a user is just posting a normal video that you're used to seeing, maybe a product review or trying something out or giving a recommendation, but it's posted from the brand's social media page and not a person's. That's UGC. It's different than influencer marketing because for UGC, you don't need a social media following and you don't need to post the video on your own social media. So brands don't really care if you have a following. What the brands are doing with this video is they're buying it from you so that they can post it on their social media accounts and use it as an ad. This is a really accessible way to make money from content if you really like making content. The first pro of UGC is that it's just fun and you get to work with your favorite brands, which is really cool. If you like creating content and like creating videos, why not get paid for it? Plus, it gives you the opportunity to work with your favorite brands, which is really, really cool. So it could be a product or service that you already love and already talk to all of your friends about, and now you get to pair with that brand, maybe get some more product for free, and get paid for making content for them. It's a win-win. Another great benefit is that you don't need a social media following to get started in UGC, which is amazing. You don't have to be an influencer to be a UGC creator. You just have to show brands that you can create the types of videos that they're looking for and you're good to go. Another great pro is that you can make money while doing it. Obviously, that's why we're here, right? The starting rate for a UGC video is about $150, and that's for a 30-second video. So if you get really good at creating videos and you create a process for the shots that you need, maybe scripting, understanding how to get the shots really quickly and efficiently, and editing really quickly and efficiently, you could equate that to $150 an hour, which is a pretty good rate for a job. And that's just the starting rate. As you get more experience or create additional packages for brands to purchase from you, that number only goes up. Another pro to UGC is that the community of UGC creators is so fun and supportive. There's a lot of us out there. If you just go on Twitter or Instagram and search for UGC, you'll find different UGC creators. And there's creators from all walks of life, all different demographics. So it's really cool to be able to make those connections with other people who are monetizing their content in this way. There's also a lot of apps that you can use to help find brands and make those connections and collaborations with brands. I'll list a bunch of them in the caption, and I'll make a video in the future going into more detail of what each of them is and which ones I actually recommend and that I've used, that I've had good success with. Probably the biggest con, for me at least, with UGC is that it is a decent amount of work. It's not this simple, make $10,000 a month with a 30-second video type of easy thing that a lot of the social media gurus are pushing, that I've seen, and kind of part of the reason why I tried it to begin with. It takes a lot of work to get to a 10K month, even a few $1,000 month, because you have to make those brand deals. So you're communicating with brands, you're applying to jobs, you have to film all of the content, so you have to keep track of everything, keep track of dates, you have to be very organized so you don't mess anything up, and you have to edit videos. Sometimes you'll work with clients who want changes to the video, so it's not just like, okay, we're done, on to the next thing. You have to maintain those relationships with clients and make sure that you're giving them what they're looking for. So it isn't always straightforward and super easy. but there is the opportunity to make a lot of money. You just have to be willing to put in some work to get there. Another con to UGC is the clients that you're working with aren't always the best. So just like any other type of freelancing job where you're working with clients, some clients are really bad at communicating what they really want. There's times I've worked with brands where they've made a really nice brief and I followed it, and then they were like, oh, this wasn't what we're looking for. And they communicated a whole different set of requirements and things that they were looking for in the video, which is like frustrating. But just like with anything else, you're going to get people who don't communicate very well. You'll get people who might not pay very quickly. Sometimes you have to wait to get paid, which is not ideal, especially if this is your full-time job. You'll also get clients who might not be the most responsive, and it can be kind of frustrating, especially if you've already done all the work and you're just waiting for approval and release of funds. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It is a lot of work, just like any other type of freelancing type of job. And kind of piggybacking off of that, another con to UGC is money is not always consistent. So sometimes you'll get brand deals where it is a retainer type of contract where you're making consistent videos for them every month, so you kind of know that you're going to be making an income every month. But a lot of brand deals are more one-off type of format. So one month you might get a lot of deals, another month you might not get a lot of deals. So it really is not a consistent form of income. If that's something that you need, maybe UGC is not the best path for you. Another con is sometimes it's not always easy to find jobs. I said in the pros that there are a lot of apps and places where you can find jobs, but actually securing the jobs with the brands is not always easy and takes a lot of work. You have to apply to a lot of jobs. You have to make sure your portfolio is updated and all of your profiles are updated and looking really, really good to make you stick out from the competition. There's also sometimes a lot of jobs posted on the job boards that just don't align with who you are as a person. It's not a good fit, or they just don't pay very well. Now up front, you might have to do a lot of lower paying jobs just to build up your portfolio and your credibility, which I would say is another con. You can't just go right into it making a ton of money. You have to build up the experience and the exposure so that brands moving forward will trust you and give you money to make content for them. Now, if you listen to all of these things and UGC is something you want to get into, I'll create a more detailed video later, but these are the basic steps that you need to know to get into UGC. So the first thing you need to do is create some videos in the UGC style. Now there's lots of different types of videos. There's unboxing, how-to, tutorial, review. I'm sure you've seen them. If you go and search on social media for UGC video examples, you'll see a bunch of different types of videos. I encourage you to make at least 4 videos in different styles using products that you have around your house. Now you probably even have some of the products that you see in the UGC example videos. That's a great way to practice and make a similar video. If you are looking to get into a certain niche of UGC, maybe beauty, maybe health, you can focus on products within that niche, but at this point you don't need to have a niche. The second thing you need to do is create a portfolio. I'll create a more detailed video on this as well, but you can just go on Canva and create a portfolio using those video examples that you just created. The next thing you want to do is go and find jobs. So the first thing I would do as a brand new UGC creator is go on the apps that I've listed in the caption and make profiles there and start applying for jobs. Now you can do it through any of those apps. You can also find jobs through Fiverr or Upwork, but you have to create your profiles and make sure you add your videos and make sure it's nice and detailed and really optimized for those job postings. And then the next thing you could do to help find brands is reach out to brands either on social media or find their email addresses and send outbound emails to them. There's so many different ways that you can reach out to brands to try to collab with them, especially as you're getting started. Gifted collabs should be something on your radar just to build up your portfolio. If you want to create a social media page specifically for UGC, 2 of the biggest social medias that UGC creators use or brands looking for UGC creators are actually Instagram or Twitter or X. So you could create profiles on there. Make sure UGC is very obvious that that's what you're doing. You can apply for jobs on there. You could also post some of your example videos just to build up your portfolio and get out there a little more. But like I said, that is not necessary because UGC is not influencer marketing. If you have any other questions about UGC, please drop them in the comments. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Make sure that you're building your best life, and I'll see you next time.